Well, we're now joined by Igor Khokhlov from the Institute of World Economy and International Relations. Good to see you. There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding the situation in Japan with the reactors and how it's all going to pan out. Let's talk about the worst-case scenario here. How bad could it get?
Actually, what we have already is the worst-case scenario. Many experts don't trust the information the Japan authorities release, because usually the officials try to decrease the magnitude of the whole scenario. It's quite evident that meltdown has already occurred.
So the meltdown's already occurred, but you're saying that officials they're saying everything's under control, everything's going to be fine, but you're saying that may not be the case.
Unfortunately, as we know from the previous disasters, 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania back in 1979, and then in Chernobyl in the Soviet Union, usually the authorities try to stop spreading panic. What we already know that at least at 2 power units, meltdown has already occurred. And Japan authorities are very wary about speaking about that. Today we have witnessed the explosion of the reactor block itself.
Well, that was an impressive explosion. That footage was, it was an enormous explosion, massive debris going up in the air. But you had mentioned a moment ago about Chernobyl. How can Russia's experience with Chernobyl be relevant to this?
No, Russia has done a great job fighting the disaster in Chernobyl and then fighting the consequences. First of all, the fallout that happened across some of Russia's regions, and Russia can offer a lot of expertise in fighting those consequences. And also, we Russians understand very well the magnitude of the disaster, and as the situation unfolded, Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin immediately offered all available assistance to Japan colleagues, and even the shipment of liquefied gas from Russia to help to compensate for this lack of electric power.
If I may, we're running low on time here, but let's briefly touch down on what global implications there could be. To the east of Japan, you have various Gulf streams. You have the North Pacific jet stream, or rather, you have the North Equatorial jet stream. If we have this nuclear matter, this contaminated radiation, get into the oceanic global currents, what can this mean for the greater world?
The amount of radiation being released now and the amount of radiation that will be released in the coming future is so great that actually the whole globe will be affected. As the disaster at Chernobyl, when only 1 power unit was affected, this radiation covered the whole globe. So the magnitude of the looming disaster cannot be predicted now, but definitely it's going to be one of the worst nuclear disasters in world history.
All right, Igor Khokhlov from the Institute of World Economy and International Relations.